Could the Niners pull off a trade of the 12th pick and Jalen Hurd for Matthew Stafford? P.S. I don't see Rodgers leaving Green Bay this year. Interesting. Does Jalen Hurd have trade value right now? He was a third-round pick. He's missed his 2 first seasons in the NFL. I think Jalen Hurd has more value in 49ers fans' hearts than around the NFL. He's damaged goods around the NFL. In Niners Nation, he's the MVP of the team. He's the best wide receiver on the team, the most intriguing youngster. He's going to win the Comeback Player of the Year award next year. Nah, I don't think you don't trade Jalen Hurd now. That would be trading him at no value because he doesn't have value. If he had a Jason Verrett type year next year, then you could trade him. Then you would have value. Same with Deebo Samuel. You wouldn't trade Deebo Samuel now. That's the tough thing about trades. Football's emotional. You want to trade a guy coming off a good year. So if Deebo Samuel goes for 1,400 yards next year, that's when you trade him. But would you want to trade Deebo Samuel after you just bought 8 of his jerseys and named your, firstborn Deebo because of how great his 2021 season was? It's tough. So no, you can't trade Hurd. People that you'd be trading now are people coming off great years. So Mike McGlinchey. You probably get 2 firsts and a third for Mike McGlinchey right now because the highlight reel is just so nice. Alex, good question. Next one. It's from Raheem Mostert, I believe. Let's see. Martin. What's up with people wanting Jimmy over Stafford? Who wants Jimmy over Stafford? I did see Eric Davis tweet, Jimmy took the Niners to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. So I'm not sure he's saying that he wants Jimmy over Stafford. He's just saying. And when Eric Davis just says stuff, I listen because he's probably the smartest football analyst out there. I mean, certainly talking about the Niners, he's just great. So his point, I'm guessing, and I don't want to speak for him, is how big of an upgrade is Matthew Stafford over Jimmy Garoppolo really? I think we can agree he's an upgrade over Jimmy, but how big of an upgrade is this guy over Jimmy really to shake up the locker room, shake up the team, maybe upset certain friends of Jimmy Garoppolo and go to a guy who's never – say what you want about Detroit holding him back. He's not battle-tested in the playoffs. He's played 3 games, won none of them. I'm not saying he can't win the playoffs. It's just kind of new territory for him. Now, Jimmy's only played 3 games in the playoffs, but look, I would do the deal for Stafford. If the question is Stafford or Jimmy, I would go Stafford. I would take the leap of faith and project that his skill set in this offense with that coach would be a better offense than what I've seen I've seen it look like with Jimmy Garoppolo on the field. I can pretty confidently say that. So I don't want to speak for Eric Davis. I'd love to hear what he has to say if he does think Jimmy would be better. But again, I think they save money getting Stafford. The problem with Stafford is the picks. If you have to give up 2 first-round picks, that's rich. Even 1. The 12th pick in the draft for someone who turns 33. Oof, it's a lot. A guy who's not a future Hall of Famer. A guy who's, probably not even as good as Matt Ryan. Younger, stronger arm, more physically gifted. But there's something about Matt Stafford. It's kind of like, that movie. There's something about Mary. Yeah, there's something about Matthew Stafford that prevents him from being as good as Watson, Rogers, Wilson, Ryan, Brady. He's in that other tier. He's like a super Kirk Cousins. A super duper Kirk Cousins. Bigger, stronger arm, little bit, maybe not more mobile. But same kind of, what is the deal? Is it your fault? Shouldn't you be able to do a little bit better? Better than Jared Goff, though. Way better than Jared Goff. Better than Jimmy Garoppolo. All right, more questions. More questions. This was from Sebastian at 121. Hold on, Sebastian. A lot of questions coming in. Have you seen Amari Rogers? He would be a great number 3 and slot wide receiver. He could punt return, something we need unless you want River Craycraft returning. I haven't watched much of Amari Rogers yet. I'll watch him. I'm always open to drafting a wide receiver in the mid-second round or basically from pick 50 to pick 75. I'm cool with that. Do it every year because I don't like the idea of re-signing wide receivers. Draft them, use them, let them go. Let some other team pay all that money for a guy who's going to pull his hamstring. I don't want that. Like, I wouldn't give Deebo Samuel a second contract. It's what Pittsburgh does. So, yeah, if the Niners can trade down and get some extra picks and get in that area right there, take another wide receiver. Take a wide receiver every year in that area, regardless of need. You just got to trade down to get that or whatever. You just got to get in that little area. That's my philosophy. And I think it's basically, if I were an NFL GM, my philosophy with wide receivers would be do what Pittsburgh does. Do what Pittsburgh does. Draft one every year between picks 50 and 75. Never re-sign them. Ever. Let Juju Smith-Schuster go. Just keep drafting them because they're really good. They step in right away. They're ready to go. Also, the other point is the quarterback makes the wide receiver to a large extent. You know, does Pittsburgh have great wide receivers, or is Ben Roethlisberger a Hall of Fame quarterback? Was Mike Wallace great, or was Ben Roethlisberger great? If you have a great quarterback, you don't need to be drafting wide receivers in round 1. And the guys you get in late round 2, early round 3, probably going to be really good too, if you have the quarterback. So if the Niners have Stafford, yeah, sure. Good question.